Hey everyone, welcome back to the range. Those two initials there definitely mean something. They mean 5.7x28mm testing today. I have a custom 40 grain R.A.N.G.E VLC loaded into our 5.7x28. Let's throw this guy on the table and see what we have in store today. Currently for our 5.7 testing we have two barrel lengths. We have the 4.75 inch FN 5.7 Mark II and our FN PS90 SBR with the 10.3, 10.4 inch barrel. We have our Pro Chrono digitals always at about 10 to 12 feet. It's 37 and partly cloudy outside today, getting towards the end of the season for testing. I actually got 200 of these bullets sent to me by a viewer because they had no use for them, and we had Elite load them up. And so we're going to see how they do velocity wise, and then we'll throw some in gel. We'll start with our shortest barrel length first. This is our FN 5.7 Mark II. This has the Doran Technologies DT-CAOS slide cover and RDS mount with a Trijicon RMR on there. $1993, 1981, 1999, 1963, 1949, 1949 again, 1935, 1935 again, 1949, 1952, did I load up too many? 1981. Not bad. So a 40 grain bullet going right around 2,000 feet per second. And now our FN PS90 SBR, we're still rocking the Cyclops from Primary Arms and the design machine mount and 3x magnifier for that. Gonna flip the cap up there. 2298, 2310, 2298, 2290, 2302, 2294, 2302, 2310, 2318, 2298, and that's it. Pretty good velocities. I am kind of interested in how this bullet design performs in gel, especially at a lower velocity than what it's typically designed for, because they're usually 223, 5.56 bullets. So we have our standard 10% clear ballistics gel block, 6x6x16 down there. We've got the slow motion going. We'll take a shot with both firearms and see what happens. The block is used, so there's some fragmentation in there from a 308 test, but we should be able to get these in there. I made sure to level the table as best as I could this time so the bullets aren't diving down. Velocity 1990, and I think I shot way too high. Just my luck. And now we'll check the SBR. I know I can put this right where I want it. Velocity 2306. Apparently the primary camera died on me and I didn't notice it. You'll have to deal with the B-roll footage. This top shot right here was our 5.7. Pretty good neck, starting right around the 1-inch mark. Pretty decent looking wound cavity. We may take another couple shots on this block a little further down to see if the wound channel changes at all. But there is our bullet, right around the 11.5-inch mark. Looks like it expanded pretty nicely. Not bad, kind of like a Protector 1. Now our SBR shot is right there. We have about 1.5 inch neck, and then disruption and fragmentation starting around the 2 to 5 inch mark. There's a jacket fragment at 7 inches, and then right around 9 inches we lose the projectile out of the side. So I'll take another couple shots and see if we can capture these guys. There is the recovered Mark II shot. That's some pretty good expansion there out of that bullet. You can see that blue coating there. Basically like a Protector 1. Not bad. We'll take another shot from each barrel length and try to make sure we contain the shot for the SBR here. Velocity 2014 for the 5.7. And now our PS90. And I shot way too low, 2318. Try again. .2302. Right there in the foreground with the little blue coloring is the SBR. You can see a lot of fragmentation going on, but our penetration depths, right around the 8-inch mark. Not sure you probably want that in a self-defense load out of the SBR. A lot of violent fragmentation going on there. May be good for varmints like the bullet says that it is. I did take a second shot of the SBR, and that's that blue fragment that you can see right there. And again, right around the 8-inch mark. I took another shot with the 5.7, and we exceed almost the 16 inches of the block. Bullet went out nowhere. So again, off camera, I took one other shot with the 5.7, and there is our bullet right there. It looks like penetration is somewhat controlled depending on how much of the jacket breaks off. We lost that jacket piece right there, so the bullet wasn't as large, and so we got a little more penetration out of it, almost about 14.5 inches. Seems like if you want a limited penetrating round out of the 5.7, that's going to give you a little bit of expansion and fragmentation. Since we are testing 5.7x28mm, we are going to test this against a soft level 3A panel down there. We have an AR500 Armor level 3A hybrid. From some of our newer testing with the Bowtac semi-flexible 3A, it seems the polyethylene is what is stopping the 5.7 versus the aramid fibers, the Kevlar, all construction. So maybe from now on we just test the level 3A hybrid and other panels like that instead of the R.A.N.G.E, since it seems a lot of the 5.7 destroys all aramid fiber construction. We'll try with the 5.7 first. I have the panel taped to the block, so hopefully it stays. Velocity 1999. Let me go retape that. And now the SBR. 23.26. 23.10. Here was our 5.7 shot. Here was our PS90. A little on the unfair side there. We did not get a penetration on the 5.7. We did on the PS90, although like I said, it was at the end, so it kind of pushed the ultra high molecular weight polyethylene out of the way. You can see right there where it started to penetrate, and then it kind of like squeaked its way out of there. We got about 5 inches of penetration there. I'll take another shot just to make sure that everything can be considered fair. Here was our shot right here. We're far enough away from this shot that's considered a fair hit, and we do have a penetration, kind of hard to see there. There is our second bullet on the top there. Interesting, has just enough velocity out of the SBR to do it. Probably get more penetration if we went up to the 16-inch barrel, but I don't have the 16-inch barrel in anything right now. Probably considered a very, very limited risk bullet if you shot that out of the SBR and you needed soft armor penetration. And again, depending on what kind of soft armor you encounter, that bullet probably could be stopped in the all polyethylene plate like from Bowtac. I pulled these out just so we could see what they look like. Looks like wet lead is in there, kind of just pops out. Interesting. Probably won't take up close macros of these at all. You can kind of see what they look like from here. I'd say that's a pretty respectable load. We had good, solid 1900 plus feet per second out of the 5.7 and over 2200 in the SBR. Penetration and expansion wise, it seems like if you were going to use this for anything in the 5.7, it would be more preferred. The SBR and 16-inch PS90 are turning more into that varmint coyote kind of load where you're going to have limited penetration. What I want to do is, I had, like I said, 200 of these loaded up. I've got 50 rounds right here. If you'd like to win 50 of these rounds and you're a US citizen and able to receive ammunition, drop a comment below on your favorite 5.7 round, and once this video hits at least maybe 700 views or so, then I will pick a winner from the comments and contact you and make a video, and we'll get this ammunition sent to you. As always, I'd like to thank Elite Ammunition for sending us ammunition to test, my Patreon supporters, for without them this would not be possible, as well as you, because you help make this possible too. Until next time, catch you at the range.